Hey everybody and welcome back to Split Couch Games. I'm Scott, that's Ben.
Hello.
We're doing another podcast. This is podcast number 10. I'm excited to be here with you guys. Ben has cleared his throat. He thinks that I'll cut that out. I won't. Sup, Ben? How you doing?
Why?
Because this is au naturel. That's the kind of podcast we run here.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway. How are you doing today, Ben?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
I'm fine. My jimmies are a little bit rustled. A little bit.
Yeah.
Quite a bit rustled. You want to know why my jimmies are rustled, Ben?
Why?
Because I'm not diamond on TDM in Gears of War 4.
That's because you need to get good.
Apparently.
Yeah.
So, for those who don't know, Gears of War 4 introduced a ranking system similar to League of Legends, Overwatch, a lot of different games. It's similar, where you have different tiers. It's similar.
I mean, you could just say that they introduced a ranking system. Because
I mean, there's different ranking systems.
I feel like in order to call it similar, it has to be so in the details. Because realistically, I think it's more akin to early ranking systems that don't really do a great job of telling you anything other than what you are.
Yeah, but I mean, like, on the surface, like, the way that they have it set up is it's clearly designed to be similar to those games. Does it reach that mark? No, and we're going to talk about that later. But it has the different, like, levels where you have bronze, silver, gold, onyx in terms of Gears. It's equivalent to platinum in League. I don't know what it is for Overwatch. But, like, the way that they have the tiers designed is similar to those games.
Sure.
What it doesn't do is tell you how close you are to the next tier in any way, shape, or form. And it's really beginning to rustle my jimmies because I've been on Onyx 3, which is the second highest tier, like just below Diamond. And I have no idea what I'm supposed to do to get there.
You need to get good. That's what... I mean, Clearly, that's the only option.
Apparently.
I mean, I know you have a lot to complain about in regards to this, but I mean, I don't play Gears of War all that much.
I know.
Like, most of my gameplay has been on camera, so...
Yeah.
I mean, there's that to be said, but, I mean, I play Overwatch more so than any other game when it comes to competitive multiplayer, and I don't have that problem, so...
Well, why don't want to go ahead and explain what the system is there?
Well, in Overwatch, you are given a well, not necessarily 4 digits, but essentially a number that is your SR rank, and this resets every season, which is only 3 months long. So there's 4 seasons in a year, and you complete 10 placement matches, then you're given an SR number, and any other competitive multiplayer matches that you play after that are they will have an effect on your SR, unless you get a draw. I believe a draw doesn't have any impact on your SR whatsoever, but I could be wrong. Like, that number can range anything from, I think it's 1, I think, is technically the lowest, all the way up to 5,000.
Man, I would hate to have the 1.
Well, it's not like placement in terms of like players or anything.
It's a rating in like chess, basically. It's similar to an ELO number.
But I think it's like 0 through 1,000 is bronze, or maybe it's 0 through 1 or 1,500. I can't quite remember, but and then it's like every 500 after that is a new ranking. So it goes bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, or no. maybe platinum, diamond, and then I think master, grandmaster, top 500. And essentially based on what that number is will determine what rank you're given in terms of like gold, silver, all that kind of stuff. So if I lose 3 games in a row and I'm sitting at 2100 or whatever, I know that I can lose at most another 100 SR, and if I lose more than that, then I drop out of gold.
Yeah.
Or not gold, silver. Wait,
And
I don't know. I can't remember.
you drop out of gold. I think
Yeah.
the way with the way you
Yeah.
explained it, that would be gold.
Yes.
But yeah, alternatively, with Gears of War, when you start losing games, that doesn't necessarily mean you go down, because some people like we really don't have any like clear description of what goes into it, as far as I know. What people in the community have guessed is that it's based on wins and losses mostly. So if you win, you go up. If you lose, you go down. But you
Sure.
can also it also takes into account performance within the games. We don't know if that means KD, score, what have you.
Yeah.
But it also does this weird thing where it does not update on the after each game. It updates on a refresh time. So, and no one really knows what that time is either. People are saying that it's once a day. Some people are saying it's twice a day. Some people are saying it's 3 times a day. But what will happen is you'll play a bunch of games that night, and then you'll log in the next day, and then your rank will maybe have updated. And
that seems terrible.
it's not great. And I think that, like, I'm not necessarily mad at the Coalition for this, because I think that, like, they've done a fantastic job with a lot of the game. There's just a few things like this that kind of flew under the radar because they were focused on actually getting a game out the door.
Sure.
And it's their first real Gears title. Like, they made Ultimate Edition, but that's a remake, not a lot of comparatively less work than a full new game. So I'm not mad about it. I'm upset that I'm dealing with it right now. And similar to what you have with Overwatch, League of Legends has a really good ranking system where you play your 10 placement matches, you get placed in the league, and not only do you get placed in the league, but you get placed into a subdivision of the league with so you're kind of like grouped up with a specific group of like I think 100 people, and you're climbing with those people, so you kind of see like, oh, this guy at the top of my group has been in here for 20 matches or whatever, and so like you kind of just, it's a sense of community within your thing. So like when you're bronze 5 and you're sitting there, you're like, these guys are bronze 5 with me, I'm not alone. And you can kind of have sort of a personal rivalry with the people around you.
Yeah.
And then if you also place with your friends, then your friends, I think, are guaranteed to be in that league as well.
Don't worry about it. It's
Ben
fine.
didn't just knock over his mic at all. Don't worry about it.
Everything is fine.
But yeah. So I just wanted to complain about that, see where the topic took us.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, Overwatch is probably the single most played competitive game by myself within the last decade easily, because
Sure.
I don't get super into competitive multiplayer, and realistically, I'm not even really that into Overwatch. Like, I might play 1 or 2 games a day, if that. You know, outside of like the arcade matches that I do for loot boxes and stuff.
Yeah.
And most of the time, like, I will go several days without playing, or maybe I only log in to play the couple arcade rounds or something, which is usually 1v1s that have a tendency to not have any sort of balancing at all. Like, whether it's you or the other person, like, it's almost always a steamroll. Like, I very, very rarely will get put into a match where it's pretty even, and it ends up going to, you know, like 4v4, not, you know
4
what
to
I mean?
4. 4 to 4, yeah.
4-2-4.
Yeah.
But yeah, So,
Which, if you guys have that experience, stay tuned to this channel for a special announcement probably next week. Just a heads up.
probably next week.
Just a little tease. Just teasing it a little
Are we gonna do that in our vlog or the next podcast?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Probably not a podcast. Probably just its own separate video, I would think.
Okay.
Maybe the vlog. Vlog's probably the best.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. You guys don't care. You guys just want us to make the announcement. We won't. It's not time. Anyway. But yeah. See, we were talking about so Overwatch 1v1s. You don't play much outside of that, maybe like 1 or 2 matches a night.
Yeah.
Which is,
and
I would consider that being into the game for sure, because you're coming back every day.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, that's like at most.
Yeah.
And like I said, there is a lot of times where I will go, multiple days without even opening up the game and that kind of thing. And realistically, like, I mean, I typically play at a mid-gold tier level. So, like, I'm not bad, but I'm not really great either.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, I definitely could improve a lot, but I don't care enough to put in the time and effort to improve a whole lot. Like, I would love to maybe get to platinum one day, but realistically, like, even across the last 3 competitive seasons, my season, or my all-time high was like 2,250 or somewhere around there.
Yeah. Well, maybe what you need is someone to come in and play Reaper every game and dominate.
I mean, maybe not every game.
Every game. Every single one. It's the only way to do it.
I definitely would probably do better if I had competent teammates, because
I like to think of myself as competent in a lot of ways.
it's good to know. But no, I mean, Overwatch does a really good job, honestly, with how its matchmaking works in that regard. Because, I mean, like, if you are running solo queue, then you are more likely to get paired up with other solo queues. Like, it may be that, like, each team has, like, 2 or 3 solo queues and then maybe a 3 stack or something like that.
Yeah. But it's generally balanced in the same way.
Yeah. I think I've only ever seen, like, 1, maybe 2 matches in my entire time where, like, as far as, like, team composition of who's paired up and who's not, that the teams haven't been perfectly balanced. And I think the one time, or one of those times, was I ended up sticking together with, like, 3 or 4 people this one time, because, like, they were actually talking, which is rare on consoles, period. But I think Overwatch as a whole, communication is kind of rare, which is hilarious, because that can literally make or break a game. But
I mean, it's the same thing, it's similar with League, but at least, like, it's easier to type in that game. Because with the FPS, like, you're constantly moving. With League, there's a lot of time walking back between lanes and stuff, and you can take a second and type really quick. But yeah, I was gonna ask, at the end of the season, does it kind of tell you what percentile you are in terms of players?
I don't think it tells you a percentile or anything. That might be something that is in the statistics portion of your player profile. But as far as, like, when the season is over, it doesn't tell you anything. It just kind of says, like, hey, the season's over, here's your rewards, and it gives you all your competitive points, or whatever the little purple currency is called, and gives you, like, the player emblem and the spray, and
all right, I got you.
You move on.
Yeah, because so in Hearthstone, when you play the ladder, you gain your levels and stuff, and, like, once you reach a certain level at the end of the season, it will tell you what percentile you are in. And I'm really surprised that, like, anytime I get to, I think, like, 14, level like rank 14, and it goes from 25 to 1, and then you have legend after that. I'm usually in the top like 30 percentile at rank 14,
Yeah.
which is incredibly easy to get to. Because I don't usually play constructed when I play Hearthstone. I usually only do in arenas. Because I get bored of decks really easily, so I don't like doing deck building stuff. But yeah, I'm really surprised at how bottom heavy those things are. So I'm just curious if that was the same as because you were talking about how like you consider yourself average at gold because it's sort of in the middle, but I'm curious if that's really in the middle for Overwatch, or if that's
Probably not, is my guess. I honestly... Actually, hold on. Let me see if Overwatch DB has any percentile information. Overwatch... At least
I can
think
vamp.
it's-
I can do that.
No... That's... I don't even know if I'm thinking of the correct name for the website.
I think we should also mention that we do play Overwatch on the Xbox One.
Yes,
not,
yes. And
not
that is
PC.
important information.
Yeah.
Yeah, we play it on Xbox One, and you can call us console plebs all you want. I honestly don't care.
Well, there was
It's-
actually a guy, I don't know if you told me about him, but
he was...
Yeah.
He had like this amazing Lucio reel, but he played on... I think it was... Maybe it was Xbox. I can't remember.
I think it was Xbox or PS4, but it was a console.
Yeah, it was a console, and he was getting all these comments of like, you know, you'll never be able to do that on PC. Like, those are,
Yeah.
you know, like silver plays at best. And then he's like, okay. And then he got to like fucking Grandmaster or some shit.
Yeah, and
in
he's like,
a
I can do
week.
this.
Yeah.
I can do. So yeah, I think that I think that as far as Overwatch goes, there's a difference between PC and Xbox, but I think it's much more strategic than other games. Because it doesn't seem like a lot of characters actually hitting your shots isn't as important, I guess.
Sure.
That's not to say that you should miss your shots, but the accuracy bonus that you get from using a mouse and keyboard is more limited than, say, Call of Duty or Counter-Strike.
Yeah. Oh, this is the website that I don't trust. Damn it. Well, because there's a few different Overwatch stats websites, and I hadn't been to them in a long time, so I just went to this one, which is Overwatch Tracker, and I don't feel like it ever really accurately represents everything. And I don't know if it's based solely off of you have to log in every day and then click update your stats, and then if you do that, it'll essentially upload everything. But
I do just want to take a moment to say that for someone who is not into Overwatch, quote unquote, you have stat websites that you go to. Several stat sites. Some
Well,
of which you don't trust.
Well, there's two, and the reason I don't trust this one is I'm looking at daily kill performance, and apparently from according to this website, from July 29th all the way up until today, I did not play Overwatch. But I think, like I said, it's because I didn't go in and click the update button, so
Sure.
now I just did a massive data dump on it by clicking update. But I don't know if that's accurate, and it does have different stats than the other one that I can't remember, and I'm sure everybody's like, dude, it's this, down in the comments, but
Please let us know in the comments so that we can
it's
give you guys an update on whatever Ben's looking for.
it's the website that is there's the same kind of website for a whole bunch of different games. They have it for Call of Duty, and I think even Rocket League and Destiny and all this kind of stuff. And it's right there. I can't remember the name of it, and searching isn't helping. So
Is it Raptor? I don't know. I'm just throwing it.
no, it has custom URLs for each game. which is why I said like Overwatch DB at first, but that when I searched for that, it didn't come up with anything. I haven't been to either of these websites in months, like
I'm glad we're spending time on this.
right? You can cut everything out. That's a thing.
It could. But I think we should just drive people crazy as they like slam their heads against the keyboard and tell you what you're looking for.
But
please do that.
But we could not.
Oh, but we could. It'll be good. You're asking me to edit this, and I don't want to.
Way to be lazy, Scott. Way to be lazy.
Yeah. It's a pretty good way to be.
All right, well, you fucking talk about shit while I try to find this then.
Oh my god, are we still looking at that?
I'm going to until I find it or until this podcast ends, so yes.
All right. Well, wanted to give another tease, Overwatch related. We have several Overwatch teases this episode. I think we teased this before, but I did get to rank 25 in Overwatch finally. I did it just before the last season ended, so as soon as this next season starts, we're going to be doing our placement matches. We don't know what that's going to look like yet, but they will be done, and you guys will see them in some capacity. There's a cat on your screen walking away from you.
Yep.
It's tired of your bullshit, too.
She wasn't appreciative of the fact that I was leaning over to look at my computer when she was on the arm of the couch. Aha, it was Overwatch DB. That's the one that I typically go to. Nope, this is not the website. That is a spam website. Son of a bitch!
Oh
what
my
is
god.
it?
Can you not just Google Overwatch statistics?
I did, and like the only one that came up was...
Anyway. So this all started... I can also guarantee you that there's not this kind of website for Gears of War 4. In fact, their general stat keeping is also lackluster. It'll tell you...
Yeah, I've tried to look up like my own stats and your stats and everything, and doesn't it just give you like kills and deaths total and like games played and that kind of thing, but it doesn't even tell you like when the last time you played was or anything like that?
Yeah, it doesn't give you a whole lot of information. I don't even know if you can even look up your friend's stats anywhere. You might be able to search for it on the website, but you can't find it in game as far as I can tell. And like you can see your stats, you can be like, oh, I have this many kills with shotguns, I have this many kills with power weapons, I have this many kills with grenades.
Yeah.
But it's like so limited. And previous Gears games have also been somewhat limited in stat keeping. I remember Halo 3. There was a point in time for like a month where I got really into it, and I was like, I really want to get good at this. So I went to their website, and you could like see heat maps of your games and stuff where you got your kills and all of that. And I'm like, I want that for Gears. I want to be able to see all that information and find out what I'm using on what map and whether or not I could switch weapons here to be more effective.
Yeah.
But in order to do that, and I also want to be able to compare my stats to my friends without having to ask them like, hey, what's your KD right now? Because I'm easily better than all the people, like all my friends that I play with.
Sure.
But I don't want to be like, oh, I'm in a competition with you, so here, just tell me what you are. But I'm just like curious how they're doing, because I feel like they're improving, and I just want to see if they're improving.
Yeah.
But I can't do that without sounding like an obnoxious douchebag, like, bro, what's your KD right now?
Gotcha.
And then they're like, what's yours? And I'm like, well, it's higher than yours. So fuck you. But again, it's just one of those quality of life things that I think had to be put on the back burner during development because of time.
Sure.
And I think that now that they have a really good base, they're going to be able to in the next really expand those offerings in the next game in the series.
Yeah.
And speaking of Halo 3, they had a great ranking system. Like, it was super simple. And not perfect, but it was simple and did what you expected, where when you were in a ranked playlist, if you won a game, you moved up pretty quickly. If you won like 5 games, I think the longest I sat at one level was 8 games. I lost 2 of them, won 6 of them or whatever. And I never got past 37, I think. But it all made sense. It was like, and it didn't keep you there for several games, which was really nice. So even if they didn't tell you how close you were to the next level,
Yeah.
you knew that if you were breaking even, you were pretty much going to stay where you were, maybe go down if at the higher levels. But yeah, and Hearthstone also is super simple. If you win, you get a star. If you lose a star.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no, like, you understand exactly what you have to do.
Sure.
And in fact, in a lot of those games, or Hearthstone, your deck is designed to beat or to win 51% of the time, basically. Because if you do that, you're going to move up. Which is a really weird way to think about it, because you're not trying to win every game.
Yeah.
And I saw a video. I watched Trump SC. I'm going to give his full YouTube channel because it's not just Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I watched President Trump play Hearthstone one day. But yeah, he was in a video with one of the guys who's constantly the top player on the ladder.
Yeah.
And the guy was saying, yeah, you should just resign here because there's no point in continuing. Like, you might be able to win, but you're just wasting time. So it'd be like turn 4, and he's just like, nah, go ahead and resign. There's no reason to grind this out if you're trying to climb as fast as possible.
Gotcha.
And it's like, that's such a weird concept to me that you don't want to, like, to be efficient is to not try to win everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so weird to me, but very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what's the update on the?
Okay. So, from the website that I don't like super trust, and even looking at some of these stats compared to the stat tracker in the game itself, I can tell you that these are wrong. But it says my skill rating of 2069 is in the top 72%.
Okay.
And then my win ratio of 51% is in the top 33%. So that's cool, I guess.
All right.
And I found another website that is even more wrong, because I can tell you right now there's no... Wait, that doesn't even... Okay, yeah, according to this website, I am in the top 1% of Tracer players.
You don't play Tracer anymore, really?
Yeah, I do every now and then. But I'm also top 13% in Lucio. And, let's see. Top 34% in Widowmaker. Because we all know that I play Widowmaker all the fucking time.
Maybe no one plays Widowmaker, so maybe like you played her one game and it's like, stats!
Yeah, maybe. And I'm in the top 3% of Mercy players. Because that makes sense.
Do you play Mercy?
Very, very rarely. Like,
Maybe that's what makes you good.
I played her for a little while when the triple tank meta was still a thing, but that is about it. Let's see. I have a 100% win rate for playing as Bastion. So, yeah, I don't trust this particular stats page. So,
wonder if it's just something weird with the Xbox.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. And according to this, my longest lifetime, so, like, I played this character without dying for 1 hour, was Lucio.
Sure. Why not?
Oh,
Anyway, we got to wrap this up here pretty quick.
Okie doke.
I don't feel like we came to any consensus, but generally speaking, if you have a PvP game, we would like to have more information than less information. I think that's pretty much sums it up.
I mean, I think what sums it up is we want to know how close we are to ranking up.
But I mean, there's more to that. We talked about stats and stuff. Just like the
Yeah,
more
sure.
information, the better. Just throw information at us. Make it like, try to make it easy to read.
Yeah.
Don't like flood us with it. Don't force us to read it. But if it's there, great. If it's not, we're just kind of in la la land where we don't know what's going on,
Yeah.
which is not great.
Exactly.
But anyway, that about wraps it up for us on this podcast, Split Couch Games podcast, to be specific. If you didn't know that, then I don't know what to do about that. Ben is still looking at that website, and he has the quizzical look on his face.
So I just went over to the leaderboards on Overwatch Tracker, and apparently the exact same person is tied for the top 3 positions on PC. So that's cool.
What's the name?
Evermore hashtag 31643. And he has a skill rating of 5,000, playing 52, 58, and 45 games. And
Well, okay, so it's entirely, and it has the exact same hashtag number.
yeah, I think that is some sort of identifier because
yeah.
everybody in like the top 100 all have a hashtag and then a number.
Yeah. So so the way that the Blizzard names work is that you can have any name you want,
That's right.
and then
Yeah.
like what I'm thinking is if this Evermore guy was making multiple accounts, he would have different identifiers. But nope, he's just the same guy.
Yep, same guy.
Anyway,
All tied for first.
congratulations, Evermore. You are 3 times
You
the greatest
are-
Overwatch player to ever play the game.
Exactly.
Anyway, we'll see you guys next time on Split Couch Games.
Bye.
Bye.